Hi everyone, I am Mayank Modi and currently I'm a software engineer at Microsoft. So in this video, I'll be sharing my interview journey with Microsoft and I'll basically walk through the complete process from application and screening round to the final offer. So without a further ado, let's get started. So my journey started when I got referred for a position in Microsoft by one of my mutual friends, and after 2 weeks I got call from the HR, not for the position I was referred for. Instead, I got for the another position. So HR explained me the whole process and scheduled an interview round, which is basically a screening round with the hiring manager. And this round was more focused on my resume and my current work. And the interviewer basically went deep into the project, and I was working on that time. And we basically discussed on things like how my system were designed, scalability, reliability, and the real production challenges. And it was more almost like a system design of my own project rather than theoretical questions. And I basically explained the architecture, the trade-offs we are doing, and how we are handling the scale. So fortunately I was able to clear this round, and after this I got call from the HR, I think after 2 days, where the HR explained about the further process. So he basically mentioned that there will be three rounds on the same day, and he scheduled those rounds, I think, after 2 weeks, and I got around 2 weeks of preparation time. So the first round was completely data structure and algorithm round, where I was asked two DSA problem, and the difficulty level of those problems were around lead code medium to hard. For the first problem, I was able to give the optimized solution, and for the second problem, my initial solution was semi-optimized. So interviewer gave me a small hint about it, and I was able to pick up that hint, and I was able to further optimize it. The interviewer was basically looking for my thought process, not how I'm going to, not the final answer basically. So it was more like a collaborative discussion rather than one-side interview. About 1.5 hours, the second interview started, and in this round, I was asked again two DSA problems, followed by one system design problem. So the DSA problems were again medium to hard level difficulty, and I managed to complete them within first 45 minutes. And the system design part was more like a discussion based problem, and we talked about how to approach the problem, how to design the system, and how to scale if we know the user count basically, and how to scale when the user count is unknown. So the focus was mainly on scalability and design making, and also the decision making part of it as well. And the interview was not focusing on how I am basically putting the blocks, and not basically he was not basically looking for drawing the perfect diagrams. So after another break of around 2 hours, the third round started. In this round, basically, I was asked two DSA problems, followed by one system design problem, and I felt this round was comparatively easier than the previous rounds in terms of DSA, because the difficulty level of the DSA problems were around easy to medium, and the second one was medium to hard. Overall, like, this round went pretty well, and I think it took around 1 hour 10 minutes to complete this round. So I spent my whole day finishing these interviews, and after about 3 days I got call from the HR saying that I cleared those rounds, and they wanted to have one more techno managerial round, which is basically a director round in Microsoft. So uh, they asked me to check if they can schedule it after 2 days. So I said yes to that. And this round was more of a techno managerial, where the interviewer asked me some behavioral questions, and then after this behavioral questions, again he came back to system design round. So I mean, not round, so he asked a small problem on system design, and we it was more like a discussion on a system. And apart from that, he also asked questions around decision making, ownership, and some real world scenarios. Basically, they wanted to know how am I doing in my current job and why am I leaving and all those questions. You know, so this interview went around for 45 minutes, and it felt more like a conversation rather than a traditional interview. So I think once I finished this interview, after I think a day, I got call from the HR that I was selected, and soon after that, HR contacted me again for the offer discussion, and I think that is how my Microsoft journey started. So that is it from my side. Through this channel, I'll be sharing my experiences through software engineering, interviews, system design, and career growth perspective. So if this video helps even one person, it will be worth making it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.